It's that time again, where we get the chance to sit back, relax, and immerse ourselves in the world of Pokémon. In this entry of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, our adventures take place in a brand new region called Paldea, which is heavily inspired by the country of Spain. With the full map shown to us in the August 3rd trailer, we can see just how vast and expansive this lands will be for us to explore. And these are the 11 things that you should know if you're playing or thinking about playing Pokémon Scarlet or Violet. For the first time in the main series of a Pokémon game, this will be an open world experience, meaning that there won't be any loading screens as you roam about Paldea exploring what secret the world has to offer, whilst also making transitions from the wild and stepping into town completely seamless. There is a catch, however, as there will be a small loading sequence when entering a large city, such as the city of Mesagoza. Although this may seem like a letdown, you shouldn't worry as the main attraction of exploring the wilderness of Paldea will go uninterrupted. Plus, a city such as large as Mesagoza is basically a mini region of its own with areas to explore, as it is where Naranja and Yuva Academy will be located. This is the school where our story begins, and we'll get to this point a little bit later in the video. The next thing to be excited for in Pokémon Scarlet and Violet are the legendary mounts Koraidon and Miraidon. These Pokémons will play a major role in helping us trainers travel the vast lands and terrain of Paldea. Unlike in Pokémon Arceus, we won't have to swap out our mounts in order to traverse the different types of terrains to access different areas of the world. Our legendary mounts will provide everything for us to do so, through their ability to change forms accordingly. This will make exploring the vast open world a much more enjoyable and seamless experience, and depending on which game you decide to get your hands on, will determine which legendary Pokémon you get. Pokémon Scarlet and Violet will be returning to this traditional style of turn-based battles, and we're also introduced with some new battle features, keeping the experience interesting. The biggest takeaway from the entry's new battle feature would be its Terastallization. Basically, by terastallizing our Pokémon during battles, we give it a completely new crystallized look. Not only will our Pokémon don a transformed shiny appearance, but it also changes its element type, creating a new exciting way to target opponent weaknesses even when our Pokémon may seem at a disadvantage at the beginning. Other battle features include Ranked Mode, where you can battle against trainers from all over the world in ranked matches. Then we have Shed Tail, which is a battle option which allows you to create a decoy at no health cost, and then swapping in its place with a party Pokémon waiting in line. The decoy will then effectively take the next hit. Also, we have an option called Loaded Dice, which allows more players to use multi-strike moves with more efficiency. And lastly, we have Mirror Herb, which clones your opponent's status composition. Another really cool feature which you can see many players who are short on time appreciating is Let's Go Battles, which is basically an auto command for your Pokémon to attack and battle with Pokémon that you come across when roaming the wilderness of Paldea. This way you can take down weaker Pokémon and gain experience without the need to stop and enter a battle sequence, again making the open world experience much more seamless and mindful for players without the time to grind the traditional way. And you can also set commands to your Pokémon to pick up nearby items, which will be a great tool for searching your surroundings. Pokémon Scarlet and Violet offers a cute way for you to bond with your team of Pokémon and friends online. In this entry, we can set up a picnic table instantly in the vast lands of Paldea. The features of a picnic table will include grooming and showering a Pokémon to provide comfort and a bit of HP, playing with your Pokémon to help them get the energy they need for a well-earned lunch, and then making a sandwich for them, which gives them a boost in stats alongside restoring their health and restoring their affection level. You can also take pictures of yourself and your friends with the game's photo mode. A perfect time for this function would be at a picnic event, and also while you make your way adventuring through the lands of Paldea. Next up, you should know that Scarlet and Violet will offer players a huge selection to character customization options to create the player avatar of your desired style. There will also be no gender restriction to clothing or hair, which will be a new implementation in the Pokémon games. Looks can also be changed in-game by opening the Looks menu. However, a character's hairstyle can only be changed when visiting hair salons in selected cities. While we're on the topic of looks and appearance, our Pokédex will also sport a new user interface that provides a detailed photo of each Pokémon, which will make the data collecting experience of each Pokémon all the more rewarding. To set the story, we play as new students of Naranja Academy or Yuva Academy, depending on which game you decide to get, but they're both located in the large city of Mesagoza, being the oldest schools in the Paldea region. And it should come to no surprise that Scarlet and Violet will offer differences between the two games, such as having two different professors. Again, this is the very first for a mainline Pokémon game. Professor Sada in Scarlet, and Professor Churro in Violet, both having hidden name meanings referring to past and future respectively. And it wouldn't be a Pokémon game unless we have annoying antagonists that find ways to cause trouble and mischief during our time in the world of Pokémon. In Scarlet and Violet, we're introduced to Team Star, which are a team made up of rebellious delinquents in the academy. They have a major storyline for the game where players need to battle through a horde of their Pokémons using the automatic Let's Go mechanic, which once cleared, faces you off against one of their squad bosses in a traditional turn-based battle system. Tying in with the story and characters of this new entry, we are presented with 3 grand storylines that we can experience. The first is called Victory Road, being the classic journey into the rank of Pokémon champion where we have to battle our way through gym leaders to earn badges and to be awarded the prestigious title. The second is called Path of Legends, which sees us helping our classmate Arvin to research and hunt a special rare ingredient, specifically the Herba Mystica. These are usually guarded by Titan Pokémon, which are basically a large variant of its respective Pokémon. The third is called Starfall Street. As we just recently mentioned, it involves us having to help stop Team Star, the group of the most rebellious students, which is separated into various squads each having their own boss. The next big thing to have fans excited and looking forward to is its multiplayer features not seen in previous titles. By using the Union Circle, the game allows the player and up to 3 other players to explore the lands of Paldea together, which is the first in the mainline Pokémon games. The multiplayer co-op is online only. The great thing about the online multiplayer is that players can explore the lands and progress through story missions on their own, apart from their friends that they've connected to and are still sharing a world with. Again, making the idea of an independent and open world game design very seamless. And of course, as we mentioned before, we can also battle against other player trainers online through ranked and casual matches, with our friends cheering us on from the sidelines. And making a comeback in this entry is raid battles, most widely known in Pokemon Go as Raid Battle and Max Raid Battle in Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet introduces Terra Raid Battle, where we and our friends face off against a Terastallized Pokemon. Once defeated, players from the raid team are given a chance to catch it, and these Pokemon will also present us with its unique abilities. And now for the most anticipated part of any new Pokemon release are its starter Pokemons. In Scarlet and Violet, we're given a choice between Sprigatito for the Grass type, Fuecoco for the Fire type, and Quaxly for the Water type. If you need to know, I'll be partnering up with the Sprigatito. Along this, it's also important to know the exclusive differences between Scarlet and Violet. The most important to us players are obviously the Pokemons that will be exclusive to each of these versions. So here is a quick breakdown of the Pokemons for each entries. In Scarlet, we have Larvitar, Pupitar, Tyranitar, Stonjourner, Koraidon, and Armarouge. In Violet, we have Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, Ice-Cube, Miraidon, and Cerulege. Among these, other exclusives include the Pokemon Professor Sara and Turo, the game's past and future themes, the different legendary Pokemons and their forms, the school you attend, and the Scarlet and Violet book, which detail records from an expedition taken long ago. The Great Task is only detailed in the Scarlet book, while the Iron Treads is only written about in the Violet book. Now, if you enjoyed or found this video helpful, then we think you might really enjoy this next one. Click here to watch it now.